All right, there is a Tuesday morning. Welcome to the sports segment here on AM Show. I'm Benedict Owusu, and of course, we look ahead to what's going to happen tonight in the UEFA Champions League. It is back. Also, a list of nominees for Ballon d'Or. No Neymar, the most expensive player in the world. Also, last season's winner, Luka Modric, is missing out in the list. We'll get you that list. But here on the local scene, for the very first time in our football history, personalities seeking to be Ghana Football Association president met on a single platform to share ideas on what needs to be done to give Ghana football a new life after the normalization process. Well, so Keto Kreku, Fred Papo, Amanda Clinton, Nanayao Amponsa, and then George Ankuma were present to answer questions and to reiterate their commitment towards getting the game to an appreciable level should any get the chance to lead the federation. Well, Fred Papo promised to repair the dented image of the Football Association if elected into power.
I believe TV rights and all manner of sponsorship cannot be attracted when we have serious integrity and credibility issues. We're talking about individual or personal credibility or integrity. We are talking about corporate credibility. These are all things that we rank or score very low as an association. So definitely for me, the first point of intervention, which is going to attract my energies and my concentration, will be to go to the very core of the issues which are denting our credibility and our integrity as an association. We would have to look at issues of transparency. We have to look at issues of accountability. We have to look at issues of openness. You did mention start times and other forms of sponsorship. The question to ask is that how have we treated those sponsorships? Are we going or handled ourselves in a manner that will be satisfactory to the sponsor and then to attract other sponsors? We would have to ensure that our product that we are going to seek TV rights and TV sponsorship are marketable. You will not see a TV rights sponsor happy to have his name associated with a game where you have all manner of fans chasing people with sticks and cudgels and knives and things like that. Nobody will want to do that. So definitely we must package the product very well, and in so doing, we'll be able to, together with aggressive marketing, we will have to use experts, professionals, and then do very serious and aggressive marketing, whilst at the same time addressing our credibility and integrity issues, because that is a sure way to keep or attract sponsors, whether it's TV rights or whatever.
Well, Keto Kreku also talked about ways he can generate revenue for the FA if elected into power.
First of all, I've spoken about the FIFA Forward program that guarantees a minimum $6 million to the FA if we behave well. Here we are talking about embracing all good governance principles. I have spoken about our central fund. I have spoken about the fact that we would ensure that we have an efficient secretariat, a fully functional marketing department, for which reason the product offering called football will be improved. It will be attractive because of our repositioning strategy, for which reason the known revenue streams, including sponsorship, merchandising, player trading, will be enhanced, for which reason, of course, we'll make a lot more money.
The only female candidate in the race, that's Amanda Clinton. The lawyer has reiterated her commitment to developing juvenile football if she's elected.
How can we look to the future if we are not grooming football, from those from 11, 12 upwards, etc.? But I wouldn't go so far as to say that cult is dead. It's just not as vibrant as it used to be. And we know that because of some of the, like the McDan competition, tournament competition that recently happened this year, and different things. People are reviving it, but we need to do more in terms of the National Juvenile Committee, for instance. In its current form, it doesn't have a juvenile league and things like that. So we need to develop the juvenile league, and we need to ensure that a lot of focus is on cults in order to spot talent, develop talent, ensure we're supporting education, etc. Because without that, there is no future of football in Ghana.
So that was Amanda Clinton, one of the candidates for the Ghana Football Association elections. Well, George Ankuma, among other things he wants to do, he also looked at talked about Kevin match fixing.
Anybody who is found to have match fixed will either lose his position. If he is a club owner, he will lose the chance for his team to even play in the third league. Now, if the sanctions are strict, now we will begin to see compliance from people who have a stake in football, who would not go about fixing matches. I think that the present position is too lax, where we treat criminal offenses within football circles as just, misdemeanors, and then we allow them to go on. We have seen several people in football who have done things which are akin to criminal conduct, and yet we have treated them as if they are just misdemeanor within the football circle. It is about time that we stop and we prosecute them the same way as we prosecute criminals.
All right, so that's George and Command Benson. Well, last but not the least, Nana Amponsan, the youngest among the candidates, the Far Ranger CEO, also talked about proper packaging and marketing of Ghanaian players.
There is a reason why the tomatoes at Mokola sells less than that of ShopRite. It's an issue of packaging. I am going to enroll our leagues on internationally acclaimed video analytical platforms and statistical platforms where player fees can be backed by facts and figures. I'm also going to ensure that there is proper packaging of our players. There's proper marketing of our players. I'm going to ensure that there are seminars like Y Scout, Insta Scout, where we invite sports business people to come in so that the clubs can interact directly with them. Thank God last November, I managed to send about 10 clubs to Holland, where they interacted directly with clubs, cutting out some agents. It is also important that we develop the players well so that they are well matured. It's also important that the clubs are able to retain players. And I'm going to institute a standard FA contract that cuts out the mythical sign-on fees, which overburdens the clubs, and they are unable to pay players well, and the players end up in, what's the name, Ethiopia, Zambia, etc. It is important that we structure our contracts well to protect the clubs and also protect the players. Because a player can abandon as much as $7,200 here and go to Ethiopia for $6,000 because the contracts are not.
All right, so that was another on Ponsa. There will be more on this in our subsequent sports bulletins. Of course, when you join us at 2 on Sports Today, there will be more from the presidential candidates going the Football Association election. So on Thursday will be the constituent bodies election, where we'll have the Executive Council from the women to that of the Premier and the Division 1. That will happen on Thursday. And then, of course, the big one will happen at the Physicians and Surgeons Center here in Accra on Friday. So by Friday around 4 p.m., we'll have a new president of the Ghana Football Association. That's barring any lawsuit or any unforeseen incident. Well, away from that, one English Premier League game was played last night, and Arsenal failed to move close to Liverpool, as well as Manchester City, as they lost 1-0 to Sheffield United. Great game it was last night, as Arsenal lost by a goal to 0 to Sheffield United. Of course, for Sheffield, that was a very good result for them. Well, tonight, UEFA Champions League matches to come. Manchester City will play against the Italian side Atalanta. They were hoping to get their second win in the group stages of the competition. There's a preview to that game. All right, so that's Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola speaking ahead of their game against Atalanta. If they're able to win tonight, that will be their third win in the UEFA Champions League group stage. Of course, that's one of many matches to be played tonight in the competition. So the fixtures on your screen for tonight's games. So Shakhtar Donetsk, Dynamo Zagreb, and then Atletico of Spain will come up against Leverkusen of Germany, Club Brugge up against Paris Saint-Germain, with Galatasaray, Real Madrid, Olympiacos will take on Bayern Munich, and then Spurs will be at home. That's at the White Hart Lane Stadium to play against Royal Star Belgrade, and then we'll have Manchester City, Atalanta at the Etihad Stadium, and Juventus will come up against Lokomotiv Moscow at the Turin Stadium. So last night, the list of Ballon d'Or, that's the 2019 30-man shortlist, was released last night. There is no world's most expensive player, Neymar, as well as last year's winner of that award, Luka Modric. Aside that, the usual suspects, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. So the list on your screen: Sadio Mane, Hugo Lloris, who plays his club football for Tottenham Hotspur. He is their captain. Tadic now at Ajax, Frankie de Jong from Ajax now with Barcelona, Sergio Aguero of Manchester City, Aubameyang of Arsenal, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool, Marc-Andre ter Stegen of Barcelona, and then Kylian Mbappe, Paris Saint-Germain, Van der Beek also from Ajax, and then Karim Benzema, Real Madrid, Junior Wijnaldum of Liverpool, Cristiano Ronaldo of Juventus, Alisson Becker of Liverpool, Delight of Matthews Delight of Juventus, and then Bernardo Silva, Manchester City, Robert Lewandowski of Bayern Munich, Van Dijk, Virgil van Dijk of Liverpool, Roberto Firmino, Liverpool, Son Heung-min of Tottenham Hotspur, and then Lionel Messi, Barca, Mahrez, Riyad Mahrez of Manchester City, Kevin De Bruyne, also Manchester City, Kalidou Koulibaly of Napoli, and then we have Griezmann of Barcelona, Mohamed Salah, Liverpool, Eden Hazard, Real Madrid, Marquinhos, Paris Saint-Germain, and then Raheem Sterling of Manchester City, and Joao Felix, who now plays his club football for Atletico Madrid. And 7 Liverpool players in that 30-man shortlist. Of course, it tells you how well the team did last season, winning the UEFA Champions League and playing very well in the English Premier League. And at the start of this season, winning the UEFA Super Cup at the expense of Chelsea. Well, that's how we end sports this morning here on the show. My name is Benedict Tosi. Thanks so much for your company. We are back at 2. That's Sports Today, a major sports bulletin on this platform with more sports. Until then, keep enjoying our programs here on the JoyNews channel.